I studied business and forensic sciences at form at Yale International Academy. I was diagnosed 2.5, 3 years ago. I wasn't allowed to go on tablets then because they feared I would get hooked onto them, and I also wasn't 18 and they don't allow you to go on them until you're 18. It was it came through bullying for 4 or 5 years, and it really affected my schoolwork. Even though I come out with really good grades, I still knew I could have done better if I didn't have the troubles that I had. I missed periods of school for weeks, and it just affected my whole life really. And I can actually see the benefits now of seeking help, and I actually am proud that I can talk about it, I can be open about it, and for me, if I'm open about it, I don't feel so insecure, and I can try and help others even though I've suffered through silence for many years. I went when I was about 15. I went to my local GP, and she gave me like a load of booklets, and she told me to research it, but I knew that it didn't matter how much I researched it or anything. I just knew I had the symptoms, and it was days and weeks where I was just in bed in my room, and I just wanted to brick it up really. I didn't want to go outside, I didn't want to see anybody, and I just wanted my own personal space. But at the same time, I knew that if I was on my own, I could cause some serious harm to myself. I wasn't really allowed to do anything. I did see if I can get some psychological help through a therapist, but I also wasn't allowed to do that because, again, you have to be 18. And so basically, I had to try and control my emotions, and I found that speaking to my dad, who also suffers with it, I could get a lot of benefits out of just talking to him. And I think being more open with my family definitely helped me, and they calmed me down when I got really bad. And when I did finally open up what I was suffering with, they were very gracious to say that I should have told them before, and I should have spoken to them. I think if you could be open about it, just don't be so insecure about it. I mean, there's nothing to hide about it. You can't really hide it, not even when you put a smile through your face. So I think if you could talk about it and be more open about it, then you'll reap the benefits of it in the long term. Generally, you just feel so laid back, and you don't want to do anything really. You just want to just sit and crawl into your shell and just hide away from people. I had that for weeks. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I comfort eated, and I made quite a few wrong choices actually. So I think once you learn from that and you can actually start to be more open about it, then it's better. But I chose the wrong way and suffered in silence for way too long, and I realised that if I just talked about it straight away, then it would have been so much easier for me. But it's a good healing process when you can finally just say what you're suffering with, and I think if you can try and control the symptoms, it will help you in the long run big time. I try and keep myself busy now, and I think if ever I feel down or anything, I go out for a long walk. I don't. I keep my phone with me, but I just listen to music. I ignore anyone who messages me. I like to have my own time, so I'll walk down to Sudbury, I'll walk to the Common, I'll walk anywhere really where it takes me a couple of hours, and I can just have some good time and get some fresh air, clear my head. Keeping busy, as I said, just doing chores around the house. I love cooking, so for me, if I can cook anything from scratch, I'll do that. I'm really sentimental as well, so I love being with my family, and I think I wouldn't be half the person I am today if it wasn't for my mum. I also love my dad as well, obviously, but my mum's a big part of my life, and although she may not be the one who understands like my dad, I still have so much to thank her for. Speak to your manager or speak to someone independent. I recommend your local GP first of all, and just talk to them about it, and they could also refer you on to a therapist. I did group therapy just before Christmas, and I found the 3 sessions that I did were so beneficiary, and I'm starting to go down on my tablets now, so I'll go from 100 milligrams to 50. But honestly, group therapy is so good because you learn about people who have gone from different walks of life, and you can also put into perspective what you're suffering with and what they might be going through. It's nothing to be hiding about either. It's natural and also horrible at the same time. But I think if you could deal with it and concentrate and have little goals to set yourself through, then you can achieve that. I think it's important to be realistic, but you also have to dream big as well, and don't let anyone or anything stand in the way. Even if you do suffer depression, use it as a motivational thing to try and help you kick on with your life, and it's never too late to get help. That even if you did a couple of years where you did suffer in silence, you can always make up for lost time, and there's always someone out there who you can talk to, who can put an arm around you and support you. Again, your family is probably the most important thing, so speak to them about it, go see a doctor. You can also go to the hospitals because they have units there where they can help you, and just do not suffer in silence. That's the worst possible thing because no one will know about it. Obviously, if you do tell people, obviously they don't understand fully what you're going through, but they can also support you and give you techniques or methods of how to help you out and try and keep you on the straight and narrow.